Guys, what's the GameStop news? Well, there isn't any. What is going on, guys? Audio Socks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a lot of stuff to cover with AMC and GameStop, so make sure to watch until the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. Plus, at the end of the video, I go over what is happening with the overall market and the direction that is going to go, which will affect majority of stocks. All I ask in return is please hit the like button. It's free. Hit that subscribe button, have post notifications on, drop a comment down below. Let's get into it. So GameStop is down a substantial amount today. I'm sure all of you know, and there isn't really any news. There's only articles saying that GameStop is on track for its lowest close of the year, and honestly it seems as if these articles were pre-written. And the reason I say that is because we are only a couple hours into the trading day, and this was already published almost 2 hours ago. GameStop stock is on track for its lowest close of the year. You see, GameStop dropped 6 to 7% in the first 45 minutes of trading, and then these articles were pumped out. It seems a little bit too planned. Plus, what have we been tracking? Guys, I can't say enough how close to a T we've tracked GameStop over the past few months. We've tracked the rips and we have tracked the dips. It broke out of this channel. We said, listen, it's not going to continue to scale up, and if it does, we'll, safely watch for a break over 19. Nope. Broke back below exactly like we had drawn out. I expect a bounce at this level right around 1540, come back up and retest 1640 at this trend line, or right around that level at 1630. And I think we're going to see that over the next few days before slowly scaling down and getting us to about $13.30 or so, somewhere in this area. And the reason I had this drawn out is because it's playing out through another cycle. This is what GameStop does. It has these bottoms, has these major top wicks, sells off even further, and then essentially makes a new bottom, has the double bottom again, has these nasty top wicks, sells off even further, and now we are heading for that new bottom once again on GameStop. This is just the cycles that they put them through, and of course it can change based off of a market catalyst or of course a margin call. Now on Stock Tracker, GameStop's reporting 1.2 million shares available to borrow, currently down 6.32%. If we drop 10%, SSR will be triggered, the short sale restriction rule, which obviously doesn't do much because they don't really regulate anything. The options chain, we're losing call to put ratio in the money, however, expiring out of the money this week and all of the other weeks following, especially October 20th. It is extremely bullish on the option chain for GameStop. Plus, short exempts were kind of low yesterday. However, the day before, 49,000 short exempts. This was on the 28th. It seems as if GameStop's algorithm on the 28th really wanted to push this thing. We got this tiny little rip out of this wedge, right, from that Ryan Cohen news, and they dropped 50,000 short exempts on it. Just to put that into perspective for you, we scroll down the list, and the highest you will ever see, 36,000, okay? Well, let's go take a look at that chart. It was on the 8th, right here, when we had this flash down, this big candle drop right here. That was 36,000, okay? On this rip, it was 46,000 or so, just to put that into perspective. Now, AMC on Stock Tracker, 1.9 million shares available to borrow. Call to put ratio, we're actually winning on the options chain for the first time in a long time. And the options chain is a bit more bullish than bearish, I will have to say, over the next few weeks as well. Short exempts still extremely high day in and day out on AMC. As for our text numbers, 11.06% short interest, utilization at 55%, and the cost per average still very low, right around 2%. Now tell me shorts are fucked without telling me shorts are fucked. Basically, the too long didn't read of this entire tweet is that the domestic box office generated about $7.3 billion per movie in 2018, which was the best year for movie theaters ever. And now the domestic box office is at an average of $15.3 billion per movie. So basically, movie theaters aren't going anywhere. And just to add to that, movies might be the new TV. It's being said that less than a week after the WGA strike ended, hundreds of reinstated writers have been notified that their deals will not be extended. One major employer, Universal Studio Group, extended none of its suspended writers. Peak TV turned every working movie maker into an expiring television order. For the next couple of years, at least, movies might be the new TV. Plus, Adam Aaron put out a tweet basically stating that the Renaissance film by Beyonce is here. It is going to happen, and it will play at all AMC theaters starting December 1st. 1st. Very good for AMC. Now, banks are witnessing a significant surge in unrealized losses on investment securities in Q2. These losses have reached nearly $558 billion distributed across two distinct categories of bank accounting treatments: unrealized losses on held to maturity HTM securities $309 billion and unrealized losses on available for sale securities $248.9 billion. It's worth noting that the total unrealized losses have decreased by $131 billion since their peak in Q3 of 2022. This reduction can be attributed in part to the collapse of these banks with substantial unrealized losses, causing their balance sheets to disappear from the system and transferring the losses to the FDIC. Plus, 8 CEOs of the largest U.S. banks, including JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, Bank of New York Mellon, Morgan Stanley, State Street, and Wells Fargo, will face questioning at a Senate Banking Committee hearing in December. So lots of stuff happening in December, and the U.S. debt clock sent a message out that a lot of people are tweeting about, in quotes, "And Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple and overthrew the tables of money changers." What do you guys think this means in the comments down below? Now, before we move on to some additional stuff with the SPY, Rivian's Q3 delivery numbers just came out. Total vehicles delivered at 15,564, and it was estimated at 14,973, so they did end up beating. And honestly, the chart looks pretty good on Rivian. I just want to let you know it broke out of this wedge, and it's basing off of this wedge to get another pull. Rivian's looking solid. I would watch 27.24 for Rivian to scale up to. I think it can do it. Overall, just keep a watch on Rivian. Also, guys, if you want to pop in the Discord, the link is right under the video and pinned in the top of comments. I'm in there on the daily. We have options trading alerts in there. We talk stocks all day long, and I post my trades as soon as I take them, so get in the Discord. And if you want up to 16 free stocks, each valued up to a couple $1,000s per stock, a guaranteed Tesla or Google stock, $50 sent to your account, free level 2 order book data, access to trading options, going long, going short, and a ton of other benefits. Literally, just press my link, sign up for Moomoo, open an account, and deposit even $1 to start earning benefits from there. Those links are in the top of the description and pinned in the top of comments. Now, the US dollar index has hit the highest level since November amid Fed rate hikes. Usually when the dollar rises, you see the S&P 500 fall. However, is this healthy and will it hold up? My answer is honestly probably not. The US national debt is growing faster than the economy. You can take a look at the chart right here. With that being said, I don't think the dollar is going to hold up, at least at the levels that it's at, which means the SPY should start to scale up pretty soon. If that is the case, remember, I could be wrong. Take everything with a grain of salt. I'm just a guy on YouTube, not a financial advisor. But Bitcoin is scaling up above 28,000 now, and usually this correlates over to the equities market. Bitcoin, however, is fighting resistance at this level, but usually when the SPY falls, you want to see Bitcoin dump for confirmation on the SPY, but the SPY is still falling. 425.72 down 0.4% today. I'm watching for a break under 422.50, a clean break for the SPY to come down even further. Then 410.60 and 407.50 are the levels that I'm watching for the SPY to hopefully bottom out at. But as of right now, this is where we stand. Yesterday had a lot of volume on that sell-off. Once the market closes today, you want to see how big the volume candle was and the direction that the SPY was aiming for, because that can dictate the entire week ahead. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to check the links under the video. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.